Even the biggest horror hounds had to ease their way into scary cinema, am I right?
And what's better than this example? That's right, the macabre-ish masterclass, Ernest Scared Stupid.
So grab your prematurely sold Halloween candy and come hang out with your boy.
This movie when I was a child was delightful. It's funny, captures the Halloween vibe, and most importantly, was a little scary. Starting off with the hilarious intro of Ernest reacting to the horror cliches and homages is just so funny and brilliant, and it sets a tone right away that, hey, this is going to be a little scary, but it's also funny.
From the lore of the troll all the way down to the design and the practical effects, it was pretty eerie. Let's talk about the poster first off, the most iconic imagery from any poster of all time. Honestly, this is right up there with the Titanic poster. I like whoever made this poster. At the top they wrote wacky. Like, that's critically acclaimed, that's highly acceptable. They could have wrote like a tour de force, anything. They could have wrote anything charming, and they just said this shit's wacky, and they weren't wrong. Welcome back to Phantom of the Indie Review. I am your host, Troll Hunter Ratty, and today we are talking about Ernest Scared Stupid. That's right, we are on the cusp of 3,000 subscribers, my milestone, so please help me. So if you want to get down in the trenches and search for some trolls with your boy, come hang out, because it's going to be a blast, I can guarantee it.
The lore of the troll. A troll who steals children goes on a rampage until the town villagers have had enough. They set up a plan to capture him, revealing the leader of the lynch mob is clearly a descendant of Ernest. It's revealed that this was a school project told by Elizabeth of the Briarville history.
It's pretty much one of the essential moments of Briarville history. Think of like the Salem witch trials for Massachusetts, or like white rappers for Seattle.
When apparently the troll put a curse on Ernest's family, where each generation gets dumber and dumber.
And I right off the gate find that genius. That's fucking hilarious to me.
Ernest is working for the sanitation department with his trusty sidekick Rimshaw. Ernest has a job where he has to go to the old Hagmore house, but he's so scared. Why? Homeowner Lady Hagmore is a town old woman who lives in the decrepit home on the outskirts of town.
Played by the phenomenal, iconic Eartha Kitt. Her second best movie right behind Holes.
When Ernest meets Lady Hagmore, she says he will bring down the curse upon them all. The three kids are making a haunted house when the bullies knock it down, so they go to their friend Ernest for help. Of course, he leads them to the dark, terrifying woods, and not only that, chooses the one tree that harbors the buried troll as like some sort of divine intervention. Lady Hagmore felt it in her soul that Ernest was up to something, saying horror will walk among us. This is where she tells them the lore and history of the troll, and that they will unlock the ancient door and all that lurks inside. Ernest thinks they're trespassing and goes to talk to her. When Ernest comes back, though, he reiterates the story from Lady Hagmore about the troll, and it's this part I love the most, because Ernest tells the kids the story. We don't hear the story through Lady Hagmore to Ernest, so when kids are getting told the story, it's a lot more scarier. When you're a kid watching it, it's like you're sitting around a campfire being told a scary story by someone, and it adds to the dread a little bit.
Feel the fear of how much he exaggerates it and tells it eerily. And another thing I like too is, no offense to Ernest, he's a little bit of a numbskull, a little bit of a wacky knucklehead. I don't think it was intentional, but I find it also genius that they had him come back and relay the story to the kids, because if you heard it from Lady Hagmore, you might find more credibility in it, but the fact that you're hearing Ernest reiterate the story, it's fucking funny. This movie has a consistent pace. Right after hearing the story and they all spread off and go their own ways, the one little nerdy kid is left behind, and in the distance he hears the voice of Elizabeth asking for help, and he goes up, and that's when you get the reveal of the troll. He is bone chilling, man. He is terrifying, stinky garbage little critter at ghoul. Freaked me out as a kid bad. Still kind of doesn't really much today, but it was pretty dope, like practical effects.
And it's just like a terrifying premise to know that this troll can mimic voices of like your close friend and make it sound like it's your friend calling for help, and it's really just his creepy, freaky butt. Oh man, that's chilling.
And the Ernest ends up seeing the troll and can't save the little nerdy kid, so he has to run to the police, and it's one of those iconic 90s themes.
It's like Ozzy from Leprechaun and Chunk from the Goonies. The town doesn't believe Ernest, so it's up to Ernest to stop the troll. He spreads fear throughout the children of the town, and even gets conned by the town storeman who sells him troll stuff.
Ends up being a whopping price. And I know what you're thinking.
What exactly do they need to stop this troll? Well, it's simple. The heart of a child. They have until midnight to stop the troll before he gets 5 souls, and it's kind of terrifying too, because some of the main kids get picked off essentially rather quick, so no one's safe. When you see 2 of the main ones get taken by the troll, You're like, oh shit, this troll's ready to party. He's more terrifying than we thought.
And that's one of the creepy parts about this movie to me, watching as a child. No one's safe. Is this troll gonna come for me? Holy what? Like, this troll is more brutal than I ever depicted he could be. And then from the setup of the movie of how Ernest is going to kill the troll all the way to some of the main characters getting picked off. The movie kicks up with some antics, hilarity, just fun. It's just fun, fast-paced, quick, spooky, reminds you of Halloween. It's just an all-around great film.
Especially towards the end when we see him resurrect a graveyard of trolls, essentially, and they all have great designs. They're all unique and quirky and very fun. And the one thing that's beautiful about this movie...
And the movie has a big finale where Ernest does save the day and defeats the troll, and that's always perfect for a kid's movie.
It has childlike wonder, a great message, and all around it's a great nostalgic family movie to watch around Halloween time and get your kids to delve into more of the scary stuff.
Behind the scariness of the troll and the urban legends, it has a good solid message about love and kindness and how you treat people, and I really feel like they wove that in well. Yeah, I recommend it. I watched it again and I fell in love with it all over again. Ernest P. Worrell, Jim Varney's such an amazing actor. His legacy will live on, and I had such a fun time watching this movie, even more so talking about it. Alright guys, that's a review. Subscribe, hit that ding-a-ling button, harass and tell you, hey, HB, I'm here. I'm gonna say it one time for the one time and two time for the O's. Give me a hell yeah for horror.
Jamie!